Critical plant studies offers a broad framework for thinking plants and how humans interact with them, considering concepts like agency, ethics, cognition, and language. There are three main themes on which scholars focus when they study plant life: plant otherness, plant ethics, and plant human relationships. Since the early 2000s, vegetal geography has been a significant area of study, primarily by biogeographers. This field covers various theoretical themes such as plant temporality, agency, care, and the everyday. Vegetal temporalities challenge the strict time space rules of industrial capitalism. Geographers also look at how humans interact with plants, seeing how bodily connections can create a sense of agency between plants and people. There is a growing focus on affect and care for plants in agricultural contexts, building on the work of Bella Casa. Researchers examine how agricultural works develop emotional connections with plants over time. However, some scholars like Hannah Pitt question whether direct encounters with nature always lead to ethical care for plants. Studies explore the everyday relationships between people and plants, especially in urban gardens and forests. Researchers pay attention to human aspects like race, class, and gender, as well as non human elements to ground theoretical plant studies in real world contexts. Critical plant studies emerged in the early 2010s, exploring the metaphysical lives of plants and the various methods needed to study them. Advances in plant neurobiology have highlighted plants' intelligence and signaling behaviors, sparking renewed interest in their ethical and philosophical significance. Critical plant studies encourages interdisciplinary approaches to understand plants better. Michael Marder's Plant Thinking is a key text in critical plant studies, along with works by authors like Matt Hall and Karen Hole, who discuss the neglect of plants in Western thought. Newland suggests a biopolitics that includes plants examining their role in modern power structures through the work of philosophers like Foucault and Deleuze. Indigenous authors within critical plant studies ask what plants can teach us if we listen more closely. Robin Wall Kimmerer, drawing on Potawatomi's teachings, sees domesticated crops as knowledgeable teachers embodying the wisdom of relationships. The concept of plant otherness is central to critical plant studies, focusing on how plants are perceived as ontologically different from humans and animals. Some argue that to move beyond Western dualisms, we must recognize both the similarities and differences between humans and plants. Plants, much like animals, respond to their surroundings in coordinated ways using some of the same neurotransmitters. This suggests a form of sentience unique to plant life. Rethinking consciousness, sentience, and intelligence from the plant's perspective helps us move away from the human centric and albiistic views of these terms. Phytocentric anthropomorphism suggests that instead of seeing plants as similar to us, we should recognize our resemblance to them. Many cultures worldwide have understood this for centuries, urging us to align ourselves with the concerns of plants. This perspective, rooted in non Western and pagan beliefs, calls for a more grounded ethic of mutual care. Plants challenge our ideas of individuality by blurring the boundaries between human, plant, animal, and land identities. Recognizing the specific differences of plant bodies does not mean we can't have meaningful relationships with them. It invites us to rethink ethics beyond individualism and embrace connection and change. Plant personhood emphasizes shared characteristics and connection. It encourages us to view life as interconnected and evolving. However, debates persist around plant agency and their ability to experience stress. Plant ethics is complex and varies among proponents. Some advocate for an eating like a plant approach, while others focus on vegan ethics and the entanglement of human and plant bodies in colonial projects. Different environments, urban or natural, require different plant ethics tailored to their specific context. This tension can lead to a more comprehensive understanding of ethical responsibility if we consider plant interests alongside our own. Geographers experiment with various methods like walking, photography, and participatory mapping. They also explore different narrative forms like storytelling and autoethnography to understand plant human interactions better. Plants are no longer seen solely as tools for efficiency or productivity. Instead, there is a growing recognition of their inherent worth and their place in the broader web of life. Experimentation and exploration of plant life encourage us to pay attention to our senses and bodily experiences. In cultural plant studies, researchers play a key role in reevaluating the value of life, especially in urban areas. Plants do not have finite boundaries. They spread and interact with the other environment in complex ways, challenging traditional ideas about subjects and environments. In critical plant studies, there is a renewed focus on the ethical implications of working with plants. Researchers are urged to consider how their actions affect plants and what research looks like from the plant's perspective. This leads to interdisciplinary conversations that bridge academic and non academic spheres. Including plants in our understanding of the more than human world pushes us beyond focusing solely on animal welfare. We must confront the complexities of vegetal ethics that acknowledges both the necessity of violence and harm in life processes and the interconnectedness of all living beings.